DJs are the rock stars of Las Vegas clubs, and one pioneer of the industry was lost much too soon.
That's right. Here with more about the legendary DJ is Kevin Kerslake. He's the one who directed the critically acclaimed documentary As I Am, The Life and Times of DJ AM. It's great having you, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Congrats on your success.
So before we get into the documentary, let's talk about DJ AM. His influence in the nightlife scene here in Vegas is pretty heavy.
Very heavy, yeah. I think it was right at the sweet spot of the turn where club culture was growing up. It was getting much bigger, and they were building bigger, more expensive clubs, and really pulling in people from various parts of the world in a way that they hadn't really done before. So at a certain point, I think they really built that up, built clubs around DJs, and DJ AM was actually the first guy that they did that for. Yeah.
And Kevin, this isn't your first documentary. Talk about what your fascination with the appeal was about AM.
Well, I'd done docs for the Ramones and Nirvana and a few other bands who really made a mark on history and in terms of rock and culturally. And AM was sort of that guy in the world of vinyl, and his personal story on top of his artistry was sort of Shakespearean in scope. There's an epic quality to it in terms of the drama that he endured and also created, I think. So pulling all those things into one piece of film, it's a very cinematic story, and I think that you can't tell the drama without the music, and so that weave was very interesting in terms of how to create a film that expressed his life in cinematic terms.
To be able to put it together, because I know a lot of us, especially a certain demographic, knows DJ AM's work, but I mean, from the plane accident, I remember was just unbelievable with him and Travis Barker. His incredible story, and to get behind that, even to see what his life was like behind all of that.
And the addiction, and combining the two, that's what this story is about, right?
Yeah, it's not really just a story about a guy who spun vinyl at all. It really is
short movie. That would be.
Yeah.
He was great.
But I think that he grew up and he had terrible family. He inherited just a terrible family situation, and some of the code that was written when he was young, abuse of various sorts from a father, neglect, and even psychological abuse. And his reaction to that, which found a home in substance abuse, and then he sort of bottomed out when he was in his mid-20s, actually put a gun in his mouth and pulled the trigger, and the gun didn't go off.
Wow.
And that started him off on a completely different trajectory, and he became clean, and he really became a monster in the world of recovery, and was very selfless in terms of helping others. And he spoke to kids and adults in a way that was brazenly honest and completely in tune to what was happening in the moment and the potential for things to go the wrong way, but also for things to go the right way. And that dance in AM's life was pretty poetic in a way, and I think that it was on a scale because of his fame and his celebrity that he was able to reach that many people, that much more of the universe who were suffering in that regard, and elicit compassion for those who were enduring those sorts of struggles.
And then addiction in the end being the result of his death.
Yeah, I mean, trauma typically triggers relapse in people. I mean, that's the thing that stands between recovery and possibly even death. And AM had it in spades. He to survive a plane crash. Not many people.
And one of which two died. I remember. Four died. Two survived.
Yeah.
And Travis Barker still doesn't fly.
Wow.
And but AM got on a plane within a matter of weeks.
Wow.
And so I'm sure every time he flies and lands or takes off and lands, he thinks he's going to die in a way.
Tonight, the big premiere at Brenton Theater at the Palms. Who's expected to walk the carpet?
We've got, I think a lot of Vegas brass that you're familiar with.
Scene.
And then we've got some great DJs who are part of AM's universe: Fashion, Spider, Melody, Scene. It's going to be a great lineup, and everybody's going to do tribute sets to AM. And
That's great.
It's going to be a celebration of his life.
How do we get tickets?
Yes.
Tickets are available on Fandango and also at the box office, and then there's a party afterwards at the Ghost Bar where everybody's going to get it on.
Awesome.
Party
Get
at
it
the
on.
Palms tonight, all in honor of DJ AM and his life. And thank you so much, and congratulations on your success. And thank you for telling the
Congrats.
story. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Again, the Las Vegas premiere is tonight. Brendan Theaters inside the Palms Casino Resort. Get your tickets now before it sells out. Brendan Theaters box office, or you can log on to Fandango.com.